join the Most Media community. Just wanted to check in with you this afternoon and say happy Friday to everyone. Wanted to check in and also let everyone know that we have two really awesome guests. We have Miss Niq and we have Lou from LouBows today. We will be discussing Miss Niq's nonprofit team, 331 Team Us, and then we'll be discussing LouBows second. Before we get started, I want to share just a couple of pieces of information about nonprofits. So there are millions of nonprofits in the United States. They play a very important role in our economy overall. Most people don't know that. And then not all nonprofits are tax exempt. 501c3 status is not easy to get, so I don't want to sell it something short. It's a lot of work, actually a lot more work than even just a business. So without further ado, we'll get started with Ms. Niq. How are you today? Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I'm sleepy, but I'm good.
Well, I'm glad you're awake for us today. Will you please tell us a little bit about yourself and about 331 Team Us?
My name is Saniqua. I am Niq, just call me Niq because Niq was too much. It's too much for me, so I know it's too much for other people. But I am the founder president of 331 Team Us. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization here in Columbus, Ohio. We promote chronic invisible illness and mental health awareness around the city, and I guess now internationally, because I did a little post of where everybody was from in our groups, and we had people from New Zealand, Scotland, so we're now worldwide. So yes.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yes.
I did not know you guys had gotten international at this point.
Me neither, until somebody messaged me, and I was like, oh, yay.
This pandemic has us all reaching to go. I'm so glad to hear that. So in the search, let me share a little bit of background. So in the search for looking for small businesses for doing the most media, I had a friend, word of mouth, tell me about LouBows. And when we got to the Sneaker Freaks convention last year, I had the chance to also meet the mom behind the daughter. Miss Niq told us about 331 Team Us. She taught us a little bit about chronic and invisible illnesses, and I've seen her journey and going to I've seen you at local high schools, I've seen you on some other events, so you stay busy to say the least. What were you doing? I know that you were sharing information about chronic and invisible illnesses before 331 Team Us. Could you tell us a little bit about what you learned during that time while you were sharing information with other people, other agencies, whoever you were sharing with? What did you learn during that time before?
So I have been sharing about chronic invisible illnesses since I was 11, because I've been type 1 diabetic since I was 11. The unique thing about 331 Team Us is my team. I love my team. I love you guys. Love you guys. My team, they all battle chronic invisible illnesses and mental illness as well.
Okay.
So it doesn't just come from us, how should I say it, researching. It's things that we live and we go through every single day. So it comes from a passion part of it. But the flip side of it is us, so we highlight a different chronic invisible illness every month. So we learn as we're going along, not only about our own chronic invisible illnesses, but from other people in our group. We learn about all sorts of things. We have people that approach us asking, hey, have you ever heard about this? I get my little phone out and I start writing down stuff like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to research this, and then we find out about more things. So I've learned about chronic invisible illnesses that I didn't even know existed at all. I learned that there are, so the team members, and not my team members, but I call the people in our groups our team members too, because we're all a team. Trying to educate each other, inspire each other. So what I've learned from our team members is they motivate us just as much as we try to motivate them.
Okay, so it's really truly a support system. It's not just all one, but it's the back and forth and keeping everybody lifted up and supported.
Now, although we're not like social workers or things like that, I feel like sometimes knowing somebody that's going through something like you are, you guys can kind of feed off of each other's energy, motivate each other, inspire each other. There's days where I don't feel like doing anything, and I go in the group and I'll see somebody post something, and it lifts me up.
So it's your support.
Yeah. basically.
That's beautiful, because at the end of the day, everybody needs community, and sometimes I think we as human beings forget about that, and we kind of get into our own, whatever it is, if it's just
especially
our
right
fitness,
now.
Yeah. That shutdown is real.
Yes.
So I mentioned before nonprofit being hard work, and I saw you shake your head in agreement that there were barriers, I'm sure, that you encountered in just coming to the point from talking about chronic and physical illnesses on your own to having your nonprofit to also do that. What were some of the barriers you encountered as you started to move towards becoming a nonprofit?
I've had people tell me that we couldn't be a team that covered all chronic and physical illnesses and mental health. We need to pick one and focus on that one. But if you know me, I'm a very driven person, and once you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to do it because I want to prove to you that I can do it, because you can't tell me what I can't do. So that right there was like, oh, okay, so, and then I took it as maybe you don't want me to be able to reach and cover. But I just feel like, why focus on chronic illness? I don't just have one chronic and physical illness. I have heart disease, I have kidney disease, I've had seizures before. So why cover one when usually when you have an invisible illness, some of them are gateways to other illnesses. Diabetes is like number one to gateway to other illnesses. I have all types of things. So why focus on one thing when I can focus on a lot, learn as much as I can, and inspire other people, and other people inspire me. So that was one of the barriers. That was one of the biggest ones when I first started. I've also had people tell me that I shouldn't tell my testimony so much, because then it looks like I'm looking for sympathy or attention. So when you tell somebody that who's been through a lot, because I'm a spiritual person, so I believe in there's no testimony without a test. Everybody has a testimony, everybody has a story. You have no idea who you might bless with your story. So why would I stop telling my story?
Definitely not. Always tell your story, because, like you said, how is someone to tell you to pick only one when chronic invisible illness doesn't always pick one? There's not one thing that comes at you, so
there
it's
are
a
lot of chronic invisible illnesses and mental illnesses that we don't like to talk about. So our biggest thing is breaking the stigma and starting a conversation. I've always been open about my health. When I was 11 years old, I was in middle school telling people like, yeah, I got diabetes, I take a shot, I do this, and I've always been, I'm not ashamed of what I have, I'm not ashamed of what I go through, because without everything I've went through, I wouldn't be me.
Okay. You're totally right. Totally right. It's made you like who you are. It's giving you much to live for and look forward to. Because
now I get tired of it. I ain't gonna say that. I get tired of it sometimes, but it's not me. Like, it's not. I'm more than my health.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, I was put in a position to go through certain things. Why not give back and try to help other people go through things, or not have to go through what I went through, take an easier way out of it.
I appreciate knowing that your nonprofit exists. I've appreciated watching and following along. I've seen people who seem to be getting support in those moments where they may not feel as strong as they want to. So I mean, the community is real and it's needed. So glad to see you guys out here doing all of this.
We appreciate that
for everyone. So I want to ask this question. Before I ask it, I'm gonna preface it a little bit. Most people who have a skill, talent, knowledge, ability, they speak about it very small, in a very small voice. And not that I want anybody to be cocky or flamboyant. I want people to speak with confidence about what they do. What are those things, aside from your personal experience, because I know that you have chronic invisible illness, but what are some of the other things that you would say have helped feed into your experience and what you put into the work in Team 331 Team Us?
I think what has probably helped the most is I used to be a singer. I was a signed artist.
Okay.
So standing up and actually speaking in front of people, it was a little nerve-wracking at first. Like, I could sing in front of a crowd of people,
Okay.
but actually speaking to people was kind of different for me. But I had to think about the skill that I had of singing in front of people. It's basically the same thing. I'm just talking.
Okay.
That, and then I'm an empath.
All right.
I feed off people's energies, so I can feel your energy before I actually speak to you. So I can feel when, how do I put this? Because some people don't believe in it, but I do strongly.
Say it how you need to say it. Can I get it? Normalize. Let's normalize what's real. Let's normalize what's real.
Because I feel it strongly. So I can tell when something's wrong with somebody. I can tell when your spirit is a little down. I can tell all of that. Usually I'm drawn to that.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me want to talk to you. I'm not really so in my personal life, I don't really go up to people and talk to people like that unless I'm doing 331 stuff, unless I feel your energy and it makes me comfortable enough, or I feel like you're down a little bit. That makes me want to approach you.
So that'll bring you into action.
Yeah, I can fight it all alike, and it'll be like, go there and talk to them, make sure they good. The empath in me wants to make sure everybody is good.
That's a good thing.
Even if it puts me at the back burner, I just want to make sure everybody's good, because I believe that everybody deserves to be happy. Everybody deserves to have good days. I know everybody's not going to have good days all the time, but everybody deserves plenty of good days. So it makes me want to just make sure everybody's good.
And if all of us take a little bit of Miss Niq's advice, no one gets left out. Everyone gets checked on. Everyone has that care. I'm not mad at that. That sounds like we all need to do a little bit more.
It is
Our
time.
assignment for the day. Our assignment for the day. All right, so let's talk a little bit about passion purpose plan. So the PPP loans did not hit everybody that they were intended to hit. So I want to talk about 3 different P's, since those first P's didn't do their job. What, aside from your own personal experience, makes you passionate about this work? I know you said other people have struggled with chronic and physical illnesses. What are those things that draw you to this work and continue to draw you daily? Because, like you said, you get tired. What's the pullback?
The crazy thing is, this was not what I thought I was going to be doing. I was a signed artist at a young age. Like, I was making music at a young age. So the only thing I thought I was ever going to do was sing, and that was always on my mind. Sing, perform. I wasn't thinking about nothing else. The 331 comes from the day I had my second heart attack, when the cardiac arrest passed, was revived, and was in a coma. When I woke up from the coma, I pulled my own life support tube out. Like, you can hear the little raspiness at the end of my voice.
Mm-hmm.
When my voice gets tired now, I have that. I don't sing like I used to. I couldn't sing for like a year. So again, back to the spirituality thing. One day I was, I think I was sitting in my car, and I was just so frustrated because singing was my only outlet. And I was really sitting there upset, like, God, you wanted all this to happen. I can't sing now. What else am I going to do? So it wasn't 331 Team Us. It was Team Us at first.
Okay.
So my aunt, who is my co-founder, she's a Crohn's disease survivor. Shout out to Mimi. That's like my best friend for real.
Okay.
But she just had surgery, and she's getting better, so I'm happy about that. But
recovery to her.
yes, speaking that into existence. So somebody had messaged me like years ago, before I even had her. Like, that's how long ago this was, and was like, well, have you ever thought about putting just a Facebook? This when Facebook groups first started coming out. Have you ever thought about putting a Facebook group together where people can come and just give information about chronic illness? And I'm like, well, I gotta start. And they're like, well, you're open about your health. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I talked to my aunt. We put the group together. I forgot about the group. Didn't even realize the group was still up at all. So when I was having that talk in the car, because I was so frustrated, somebody met. So another thing is, I'm a prayer. So I have a lot of people that contact me, ask me to pray for them. I do that as well. So somebody had messaged me, and I think either their son or daughter had just found out they were diabetic, and they were asking questions, and they were like, hey, do you still have that group? And I'm like, what group? And they're like, the Team Us. And I'm like, I don't know, let me ask. So I asked my aunt, she's like, yeah, it's still up. So they're like, have you ever thought about making it into a nonprofit? And I'm like, let me research this first before I get myself into something that I don't want to get in. So I did my research. Like you said, the 501c3 is so tedious. Like, I was gonna do it myself. It's so much things that you have to have in order. And there's a reason for that, of course, to make sure you're doing everything correctly, because when you get the 501c3, that's when it opens up to grants. So of course, nobody wants to give you money if you don't have everything in order. So, although in the beginning, I tried to stop doing this, like more than I have fingers. I tried to stop, tried to quit.
There's a plan.
Pushing me like, keep going, keep going. I've tried to quit this so many times. You know that saying where they say, you want to tell God a joke, tell him what you gonna do?
Oh yeah, I've heard that. I've heard it.
Yeah. So that's why I keep going. I don't have a choice. This isn't a lot of people don't understand that we're here for a reason. It's already written out. It's already planned out. No matter what you think you about to do, it's already out for you. So I finally was just like, okay, let me stop trying to do it and just do what I'm supposed to do, because at the end, I don't know about everybody else, but at the end of this, all I want to hear is that I did what I was supposed to do.
It gets easier when you take your marching orders, huh?
Exactly.
It sure does. So, I do believe you touched on purpose, but I just want to make sure we loop around back to this. What is the purpose of the community that you're serving? Or, I'm sorry, what's the purpose of 331 to the community that you're serving? So what problems or needs are you meeting by having 331 Team Us?
So we are the voice, well, one, we're the voice for people who are not as open about their health. There are a lot of people that are ashamed. There are a lot of people that don't like to talk about it, which I understand. I've never been like that, but I understand. Like when I came out of the coma and I got diagnosed with PTSD, I was ashamed for a while because it makes you feel like you're going nuts for real. So I was ashamed for a while. That's the first thing. The second thing is we like to have fun. We like to eat and we like to have fun. So what we bring to the table and to the community, like even when we were doing our monthly Let's Start a Combos before the Rona came, and now we have to do it on live, but
yes.
Before then we would meet with the community, free event. We do things like aromatherapy, we had line dance parties, our poetry and paint. We like to have fun. So the education piece is important, but you gotta have fun.
That's true.
You gotta have fun with this. If not, it is going to drive you bananas. So we like to bring fun into it. And then breaking the stigma is our number one goal, because we don't like to talk about anything, and I don't understand why.
Health, whether it's physical or mental, no.
Health, physical, spiritual, mentally, we don't like to talk about anything. Like, I battle severe anxiety to the point where when I'm driving sometimes I have a picture of my family on the side of my thing, because my anxiety will go so nuts that I have to focus on the picture. I see a counselor weekly. I have no problem talking about that.
See, and that's a beautiful thing. I used to be a counselor in a former life, so to speak, and so counseling is important, and normalizing illness of any sort is important in order for people to go and take that first step in getting help, or to go and provide that support. That community that you guys have, it normalizes, it provides that support. A lot of things that our community doesn't always have, and doesn't always do. We don't always see each other, push each other to go get that help when we need to get that help. So it's really beautiful to see you guys doing that.
I mean, realistically, it's okay not to be okay all the time. That's one of the biggest issues. People don't want to come and tell their loved ones, I'm not okay. Next thing you know, they're attempting suicide, or it's too late, when all all that needed to be done was for someone to be able to sit and listen and you to talk to.
Definitely. And that's not
So,
something too big to do.
yeah.
No, it's too big for that task.
So we're trying to break this stigma. Like in our group, we have, I appreciate all the people that participate. I appreciate y'all. There's a lot, like we have 530 something people in our group. On Thursday, I did a post like all my active members drop an emoji. All the members that are literally active,
Yes.
33 of them
Wow.
out of 530.
Sounds like
But then on my Facebook friends list, I see a list of people, I'm so depressed, I'm going through it, and the empath in me wants to inbox everybody like, hey, you know, I've posted everything about this group. You know, we don't judge, we don't do any of that because we all know we're all, especially right now, we're all going through it.
for sure.
Basically everybody depressed right now because it's, a lot of people can't handle this, not being in the house, not able to do stuff, not knowing where this country is going. That's a lot on some people. So that, if I could have anything or wish for anything for the group, I would wish for more people to participate.
Y'all heard that. Y'all heard that. Actively participate. Anybody who's already a part of the group, actively participate. If you have not heard of 331 Team Us, if this is something that will, if this is a community that will meet your needs, if you are struggling with chronic and invisible illnesses, follow this group. Engage. They're here for support
And
of
we
the
give
community.
giveaways for engaging. We give out gas cards because I'm trying to find a way to, I understand not a lot of people are comfortable with it, I get it, but we have a messenger box. If you message us, one of us will reach out to you. We're very loving people, everybody's nice, we're really like a family for real.
And it sounds like a safe space. I mean, to use that word, I don't want to overuse a word. It is a safe space to talk about those concerns, to reach out to someone to get some help before it is too late.
We even have numbers or resources if we can't help. We have community, like if you message our messenger, it says, we have the message and it lists all like the suicide hotline, the depression hotline, just in case we can't help. We don't want us to be your last resort if we cannot assist because of course we're not psychiatrists or anything like that. But we can do our best to get you to the right people.
Okay.
So
We are, again, a gateway. That gateway comes up again for access to resources. So a little bit in the planning area. It's always important to make plans, to set plans, to look forward to the future. What are some of the plans for 331 Team Us in the next month, or even looking ahead beyond that? What are some of the plans that our community is doing the most to look forward to, and everyone else?
We are actually starting our Let's Start a Convo back tomorrow. We're on our 10th one, yay!
Nice.
So we've done 10 so far. So tomorrow, it is like a town hall meeting.
Okay.
So it's in a Zoom meeting because, of course, we all have chronic illnesses, so we have to be safe. So it's in a Zoom meeting. If you go to our group on Facebook, 331 Team Us Awareness Group, we have the link posted. Anybody can join the link.
Okay.
You can participate. You can just go in there to listen. We'll talk about, tomorrow is Let's Talk Narcissism. So we've been highlighting on I've learned so much about narcissism this month.
Yes.
That I knew a little bit, but
That's a deep topic. That's a very deep topic.
that nobody want to talk about. But I've realized I've dealt with some narcissistic people once I started researching and highlighting. So that's what we're talking about tomorrow, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. So we will do, the Let's Start Convos are usually the last Saturday of every month.
Okay.
And they're based on whatever we highlight for that month. So we haven't decided what we're doing next month yet, but tomorrow's narcissism.
Let's be fair, narcissism was a heavy month. So if y'all don't decide to stay up.
Yes, it was. And then March, I believe it is the 27th. So of course our anniversary is 331, but we never got to celebrate our first anniversary because the Rona started right when our anniversary was coming up. So we were actually having our next, so we have what do you call them, annual events.
Okay.
So the Poetry and Paint is an annual event, and then our chronic illness versus mental health awareness mixer is annual. So we were supposed to have it in September, but it was going to be more intimate. So, you know, everybody's safety is our first thing. So we decided to postpone it until March 27th of next year. But that is going to be really nice. It's about relationships.
All right, I'm already looking forward to it.
Getting your mental health right for relationships. So our last one focused on chronic and physical illnesses. This one is going to focus more on mental health. We're going to have a speed dating session at the beginning. Then we'll have a panel of speakers about, you know, just having your mental health in a positive fashion. What red flags to look for relationship-wise. We're going to cover all of that. And then our normal events, we have entertainment, food, because we like to eat, giveaways. We have our normal vendors. We showcase local vendors and just things like that. So that's what, also, I forgot about that. We have walking club.
Okay.
So we haven't been doing walking club because we all been lazy. But we're going to start that after Labor Day. Basically, we all meet up at a different park in Columbus. We just walk around, we play music, and we walk, play music, talk, dance, whatever you want to do.
All right, the community support. There it is. All right, just want to make sure that everyone knows how to get a hold or reach out and get connected with 331 Team Us. So you have Facebook, Instagram. Is there anywhere else people should look for you all at and make sure to follow?
So we have a lot. We have Facebook. The Facebook group is like a date. It's 3/31 Team Us Awareness Group. Instagram is 331_ Team Us. We have a TikTok where we do funny skits about chronic illness and mental health and stuff like that. That is 331 Team Us Info. Our website is 331teamus.org. And mind you, back to the 501c3 thing.
For sure.
We have been 501c3 since the beginning, and we haven't received any funding. So we've been doing all this out of pocket.
All right. Look, let's shoot to the support. How can we as a community support? It sounds like we need to hit up all of those links and follow for when you have those different events, and make sure to donate and support when you have those links up.
Yes.
Okay.
We do have a Cash App and a PayPal. We don't put it up often. That's probably the issue. I probably need to start putting it up more often. So yeah, what is our Cash App? Our Cash App is the $331 Team Us. Usually if we do receive a donation, you do get a t-shirt or a wristband. So we're always giving out stuff, but I realize we actually give out more than we actually have.
Okay.
So that's the issue.
Well, let's make sure to support. Let's make sure to donate. What I will do is make sure to, in the comments, drop all of this information so that if you didn't get it, you just by listening to it, you can go and click on the link. Because it's so much easier to click on a link.
Yes,
and we'll make sure that you get that information and get access. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So we're gonna do a slight and brief, maybe minute intermission as we switch out and get Miss Lou. Is there anything else that you want to share with us, though? Our community. I want our community to hear anything you have to share with us, though, before we wrap.
Just the same, two sayings that I say every time. Keep going, growing, and glowing. Keep the glow. And then please, please, please be the reason somebody smiles each day, because it is so much going on. It's not enough room to be hateful. It's not enough room to be inconsiderate. And vote. Please vote. Lord, vote.
Oh yeah, that's from the end of our show. Everyone should vote. Would you like to just pull up? It's up to you. What you want.
Let me switch the live so I can go on her live. And my baby's coming up next, so be gentle. She's sensitive about her art.
Hi, thank you for joining us. Hi, everyone. Hey. All right, you guys, we're gonna switch up just a little bit. We're gonna switch into LouBows interview. You just have to beat Miss Niq. And now we're gonna switch and hear from the awesome kid entrepreneur, someone who has had my attention for the last year, has been doing the most audience attention for at least the last year. So again, the guidelines for the community, please be engaged and join our discussion. We would encourage you to like, follow, and share about LouBows. And I want to introduce you to Miss Lou. How are you today?
Good.
Please do us a favor. I want to tell you, I just want to kind of briefly go back for anybody who's just tuning in and say that I came to know about LouBows through a word of mouth recommendation from a colleague of mine. She made me aware of the young lady in her bow collection and invited me to go to the Sneaker Freaks Columbus show. And at the show, I got to meet her and her mom. My daughter got a chance to buy from an awesome kidpreneur, get a great photo in with Lou. Will you please tell us a little bit about yourself and what you like to do?
Yeah. It's Lou Lou from LouBows Kids Boutique, and my kids boutique is really fun too. So, like I said, like bonnets and headbands and just kids accessories.
So all kinds of kids accessories. Did you make the bow that you're wearing
Yes,
today?
ma'am, I made this.
Okay, I like it. And I see you got, what is on your shirt? Bows and ballet. So all kinds of yellow going on there.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. So I noticed in doing some research that you went into business for yourself in 2019.
Yes, ma'am.
So that means you've been in business for a year now?
Yes.
All right. And how did you go about becoming, how did you get into business for yourself? Did you have to ask? Like what happened?
So, my mom and my dad have their business called 331 Team Us, and I was like, hold on, I can get my own business, since y'all got one.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm just sitting around and bored, I could just get my own business.
So you're motivated. Okay. How did you decide to go into business for yourself? Was it something someone mentioned to you, or was it just simply watching mom and dad? You just
It's just like sitting, watching my mom and dad working.
fair enough. And how hard was it? Was it hard at all to start your business, or was it something that you found was pretty easy for you to do when you started?
It wasn't really hard, I just had to do some business homework,
Wait a minute.
like search it up and stuff.
So you said homework wasn't hard?
Well, it wasn't hard, but I just had to like search the
We
stuff
made
up.
a research
Yeah,
before we
search.
decided to let her do it.
But it sounds like she was up for the challenge, which is that's not every young person. So that's already a good quality to have, being motivated and willing to do the work. Okay. If you had to like give advice to another young person who wanted to start a business, what would you maybe say to them about starting a business?
I would say go for it.
Okay. So she's encouraging. If you're young and you're watching this, you're tuned in today, please be encouraged, please. All right. So can you tell us a little bit about the skills, knowledge, or talents? What things do you do or know that kind of help you do your own business?
I'm really mature, so get. So first we just did the bows first, and then we started to go on to different things.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had lip gloss and fanny packs and visors and then our newest thing is the bonnets and the reversible. They have LouBows tag on there. And they have a drawstring.
You got some drawstring ones too. I'm sorry?
She gave you one.
Oh,
That's
that's the
your
bag? All
Yeah.
right. I need the drawstring to keep these things in order. All right, thank you. All right, so let's talk a little bit about your passion. What makes you feel strongly about making bows and accessories for other people? What makes you feel like that's what you want to do?
Just to make people happy and like lift them up for real.
Okay. Is there a problem or a need that you're solving with the bows? Is this just for beautification, or is there something a little bit more to it?
It's like for fun and for people to feel better.
Okay, so about esteem for kids. All right, positive esteem. There's nothing wrong with that. And a lot of kids probably need help with feeling that positive esteem and feeling more built up about themselves.
Yes.
Okay, I appreciate you doing that. So, do you have any plans for LouBows anytime in the near future? What's next on the list? I heard you say you have bows, you have bonnets, you got t-shirts, you got what's next?
So I'm
You need help?
having.
Like you need help with that, or you
No,
got it?
I got
All
She
right.
got a lot of stuff.
I have a lots of events coming up, fashion shows. So my favorite that's coming up is for my birthday. So it's a fashion show and it's for my birthday at the same time. And so it's gonna be models, it's gonna be all kid vendors there. Hope y'all come there too, because it's gonna be
Well, her
awesome.
daughter's a model.
Yeah,
She's
but
one of
she
your
is.
models.
Yes, my daughter will be there, so trust me, you will be present and doing something. Miss Jason will be present because she is definitely going to model, and we look forward to that event.
Yes,
just something positive.
hypermobility and stuff like that.
So she has 2 fashion shows on Sunday, this Sunday.
So 2 on just this Sunday alone. All right.
And she has another week on September 26th. She's doing the Kids in Biz Expo on October the 10th. And then her event is October 24th.
Okay, so along with Lou's information that will be put in the comment, I will also list her event information because there's a lot coming up in the near future. So there's a lot to look forward to from
Yes,
I don't see you slowing down anytime soon. There's so much going. What are some things in your mind that you can think of that maybe myself and anyone in the community that's watching, what could we do to support LouBows going forward?
like keep on buying things.
Okay.
Keep on.
You need brand ambassadors.
Yeah, brand ambassadors. That's definitely what I need. More brand ambassadors, then more models.
What do the brand ambassadors need to do?
The brand ambassadors need to just just support and stuff like that. Yep, just help me.
So she's looking for, we put a post out. Doesn't matter the age as long as they're 17 and under. So basically they would get free LouBows accessories every month. They get a free, so she has different graphic tees like the bows and ballet, bows before bros and stuff like that. They say
cute.
They say different things. So when she has fashion shows, they'll be part of her regular models. When she has photo shoots, they'll get to be in the photo shoots with her. The only thing they would have to do is if they have like an Instagram or Facebook, any social media, when they get their LouBows attire, just do a TikTok, shout out LouBows, things like that. They get to do her events. They get, if she has an event vendor table at anybody else's event, they can sign up to come and sit with her, and basically it's just them, while they're going along with her, they get to learn about being an entrepreneur as well as her learning about how.
So she gets to serve as kind of like a role model, showing what needs to be done.
Yes.
And all right, there's nothing wrong. That's a really great leadership skill. Not everyone wants to be a leader, but you seem to really be stepping into that role with that maturity you spoke of earlier. All right, so I don't want to rush you, but is there anything that you want to share with our audience? Is there anything that maybe we didn't talk about that you would like to share with the audience? Is there anything that you just feel like is really important that you want to share in general?
I thank you for all you done for LouBows. We still gonna be going on. Yes. Keep us supporting.
We will definitely keep on supporting. So definitely look in the comments today to get the information about LouBows. Would you like to run off your social media, or would you like just to include that? It's totally up to you.
I don't think you know all of it. I know you know your website. You can tell me your website. LouBows.com.
LouBows.com. Please check my website out, guys. That would be a real help for me.
All right, check out her website. She does have some really nice tees and definitely nice accessories. So if you find a t-shirt and a bow to go together, you got a whole fit right there. You got a whole fit. Lastly, let me just say that I will be looking forward to all your events, and I'll be keeping an eye out for you guys both in the near future. I appreciate you guys coming today, you ladies coming today and meeting with me and doing this interview, because we want to expand the reach of everyone's business, nonprofit, side hustles, you name it. We want to make sure that they get that first handshake with the community, because any kind of word of mouth increases the fact that someone will come to you at over 90%. So that's just some of the facts about it, and thank you.
Thank you.